Alrighty, I think the stream is live. Let me just bring it up so I can be sure. It'd be kind of silly to be talking for an hour only to realize the stream hadn't actually started. Okie dokie. Yeah, I see it. Cool. Alright. Hello, everybody. This is ZZ1000ZZ, and today I will be playing some more Chrono Cross. In our last stream, I got to. How far did I get? Oh, anyway. In the last stream, we were playing a no element challenge where we're not allowed to use the menu for magic. 503. Yeah, they're the same. We can't use any magic, so no elements. Technically, there's also techniques, but they're in the same menu, so I just call it a no element challenge. We got through the first little part of the game where we established a lot of the mystery of the world. I'm not going to go into the plot, but we got through Viper Manor, kid got poisoned, and now we're trying to figure out what to do about the fact that our friend is sick and may well die. I did realize that I think there's another character I can recruit, which I hadn't done. Yeah. This is right. I should be able to get Greco now, I hope. Greco is... Oh, yep, here's a little dialogue, cool. Oh, blessed child, flow with the river and rest in peace. When thou returnest to this world once again, might thou greet thine father and mother with a blessed smile. Technically, they get the Old English wrong in this. Come, please say your last farewells. Why did such a sweet child have to? My only wish was to drink with you when you were grown up. Why? Why did you... Sorry, but your only wish was to drink with them when they grew up. That... I get the sentiment, but that's a little bit weird. The boat shall now be cut adrift. Your son's spirit shall ascend to the heavens with your warm blessings. Anyway, technically the Old English there was not correct. They're misusing eth and est. For instance, I think they said thine instead of thigh, but it doesn't really matter. Everything that has form must eventually fade away. Although that may be nature's way, I feel my heart being torn apart at times like these. Why must we face death, and who is the one that decides when we die? Yet, I can't read. Yet, I've not yet seen the light, amigo. But anyway, it doesn't really matter that the Old English is wrong. It's not like we're supposed to think these people lived in medieval times. Dear passing stranger, if you have a moment to spare, please give this wandering soul a small prayer to guide him on his path. But yeah, I mean, who cares if the Old English is wrong when it's in a fantasy world where they wouldn't use that sort of language? Or where they wouldn't use our medieval language. They can kind of use whatever language they want. Anyway, Recco here is a shaman / exorcist. Spiritualist would probably be a good word. Those damn dragoons, what nerve do they have to call me an imposter? In the last video, when we went through Fossil Valley, we got past some guards by claiming to be an exorcist that they had called for. Recco was the exorcist they called for, so this is referencing it. But what nerve do they have to call me an imposter, especially after they dragged me all the way out to the valley? Someone must have been playing a prank. Don't concern yourself about it. But yeah. This game does a really good job, at least in the first part, of having everything be interconnected like that. Are you really a human who does not exist in this world? You are now drifting between the boundaries of life and death. You are too young to be taken to the arms of darkness. Although it is in my best interest to aid you, my duty is to watch over the spirits here. It's alright, Greco. I'll be here to keep things in order. Romana, you're still too young for such a task. The spirits are always looking for a chance to draw the living into darkness. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, when I say blah, 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 I don't mean to be dismissive. I like the text, I just do not feel like reading this much dialogue. Of course. Alright, and how is Greco looking? 14 strength is alright. Dear God, I forgot my Surge has 19th strength. That is so high. I'm trying to remember what normal strength at this point is. I guess if you get all the mini levels between boss battles, 19 isn't like exceedingly high, but it is pretty good rolls, so. Anyway, we came back to Termina to grab Greco, and now we have to do the annoying part of this run. Or at least one of several annoying parts. And that is grind. Basically, we have to go fight a bunch of battles so we can get the mini level ups for all of our characters. At least all the characters we might conceivably use in the run. Okay, and the easiest grind spot is still going to be back here on, what is it called, Lizard Rock? Yeah. And yesterday, every time I came in here, I accidentally left immediately because I hit the left key instead of the right. Today, I remembered not to do that. Yeah, I just realized, I think I could have taken the boat over here and it would have been faster than walking through Fossil Valley. Even though I was on the world map, it's still a little quicker to sail, I believe. I thought Glenn's damage would be higher. Actually, what kind of weapon does he have? I don't think he has iron tier weapons. Ooh, 3 health for Surge and Lena? Cool. I think he only has a copper. Ah! Wrong button. I think he only has a copper sword, right? Bronze, yeah. Okay. Glenn is likely going to be our primary character unit other than Surge for a good portion of the game. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. I did this in the last run as well, which is I forgot to take the Iron Dagger off a kid before the last boss battle. So when she got poisoned and fell into a coma, she kept the dagger on her, and I don't think I can take it off. I'm actually curious. I think she's fully removed from my party list. Yeah. The reason that matters is I only have like 4 pieces of iron equipment. So if I could take it off of Kid, it would be nice, because I could disassemble it and make an iron weapon for someone else, but oh well. Fortunately, we're going to get a lot of iron in the next segment. Wow. A single 2 is enough to kill these guys now. Nice. Anyway, let's see. After we grind out these battles for our current party and a few other characters, see what stats they gain, we will have to... Where were we at? Oh, that's right, I remember now. We have to go see Radius. Technically, it is optional. But when we go there, there will be a mini-boss. Doesn't give you any stat boosts, but it's Harl. And she has a really valuable item called the Moon Glasses. Now, normally you can fight her with a thief like Kid. Well, I guess I shouldn't say normally. Depending on what path you're on, you may be able to steal the Moon Glasses from her. If you don't have a thief in your party, like we won't, then your only option is for her to drop them after you beat her. If that doesn't work, then you have to reload and fight her again, assuming you want to grind for it. Anyway, that's 4 battles. We got a decent little bit of HP for our people, but no big stats like strength. I think we need 1 or 2 more battles to find out if we're going to get any bigger stats. I don't really have much to say right now, so it's going to be a little boring. The only reason I'm even streaming this part instead of just doing it offline is I'd like to fully document my run. Oh my god! Okay. Well, it's unfortunate that Glenn didn't get strength, but Surge got up to 20, Lena is at 14. Lena's magic is crazy too, not that it matters for this run. But a point of resistance for Glenn and Lena is nice as well. Let's do one more battle to see if we gain any HP from it. Even after the big mini level up like that, you can still sometimes get a little bit more HP, so that's why we're going to do one more battle, see if we do. Then who else might we ever consider using in our party? Matcha, Greco are both reasonably decent units at times. Okay, looks like we're not getting any more. Oh, not that way. This way. As much as I like him, I'm not going to use Mojo, I believe. I don't see any world which he's good enough to. Yeah, he's at 11 strength. Nikki is at 11 as well. I mean, I could fight some battles with them just in case. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, we're already grinding. Let's be thorough, just in case one of them turns out to be useful. Nikki almost certainly won't be useful because anytime I want a blue innate, I'd probably use Lena instead. But Mojo's black innate, so that may potentially offer some small value. Ooh. Man, the difference in damage is pretty significant. Okay. So resistance and strength. Mojo getting strength there means after the next boss battle, we will get more strength on him. So he will be up to 13 strength after the next boss battle, which isn't nothing. But I still don't think he'll be worth using. Yeah, my guess is we're going to be using Lena. Oh, wait. Hold on. Trying to think of what bosses are in Fort Dragonia. There is one white innate boss in Fort Dragonia, but it's Kissy Wissy, and that thing has a ton of defense, so low strength character like Mojo is probably useless. There's one boss of each innate in there. So we don't care about Mojo most likely, so that's the black innate out. Red innate might be useful against giant blue boss, so Matcha and Greco are potentially valuable. Horsoid, I believe, is the... Wait, is Torsoid the yellow or the green one? I think it's the green one, so Poshul might be good there. I don't remember the name of the other one. Uh, let's do one more battle, make sure. Well, we might still get more HP. I think we only need one more battle check if we're done, but we'll see if we need to do more. Hmm. Yeah, blue's covered by Lena, most likely. Red, we will have Kid back soon. Glenn is good against. Okay, we don't need more battles. Glenn's good against any yellow innates. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just going to use Glenn and Lena for a while, and then later we might bring Kid back. But I don't want to get further into the run and realize I can't progress because I was too lazy to grind out some battles. Oh, this sucks. I just realized I can't get all of my remaining battles in one. Hmm. Ah. Because I recruited Greco, I'll need one more round of battles than I thought. Honestly, what I should have done was just not grind Nikki out, put Greco in her place, and then I could have just accepted I'll never use Nikki. I'm sorry, his place. Oh well. Fortunately, we should only need like 6 more battles total. Because I think it's only 3 battles to make sure we got all the sets we need. Okay, so Poshul and Matcha. Oh, wait, no, Matcha didn't get strength. Poshul got strength, Matcha just got defenses. Whatever. Poshul getting strength may be valuable because there is one green boss. I think Porosoid is the green one. Whatever the green boss in Fort Dragonia is, Poshul might be useful there. That's what I was thinking. Alright. Nice and easy. One thing about Chrono Cross's gameplay is if you're doing physical damage, you really do want to focus on just one, maybe 2 characters. Interesting, nobody gained any stats though. I would have expected to get a little bit of HP at least. Anyway, because of how stamina works, for physical attacks, as long as the people you're using have at least 1 stamina recovery, which is the average, you never need multiple. Wow. Okay, we'll do one more battle to be safe, but we really didn't get any stats on these guys? Weird. Oh wait, what am I doing? Did I already get the big stats with these? Yeah, I did. I'm dumb. For some reason, I completely spaced on the fact we got the big stat bonuses from these guys. Probably too busy talking, not paying enough attention. Anyway, you generally only need 2 physical attackers at most, and often you're best just having 1. While the other 2 are supportive. And by supportive, usually it's casting elements to buff and or heal, things like that. In this challenge run, supportive kind of halfway means just tanking damage. One thing I do expect to do in this run, yeah, everyone's... Yeah, okay. Oh, one thing I do expect to do in this run is to bring just my beefiest character, even if they have low strength, to hope that bosses will just target them and waste damage on a guy who's not useful. Alright. So I think we need to do 1 or 2 more battles after this, and Greco should be fully grinded out. Yeah, strength and resistance, that's not bad. And that's actually about as perfect a stat or a level up as we could hope for. The only other thing I would like is a bit of magic resistance. Okie dokie. If Greco gets any HP here, we'll do another battle. If he doesn't, we'll leave. Okay. 2 HP. Let's do 1 more battle then. Basically, my idea is once you get the big level up, just do battles until you do, or you finish 1 battle without any bonus and then swap the character out. Anyway, after this is fighting Carl, which should be, I think she'll be easy. The question is, before we fight her, do I want to try to change any of my gear? I do want to unequip Poshul. Okay, so Greco gained 1 HP there. Let's do 1 more fight just to be safe. But yeah, I do want to unequip Poshul so I can give her gear to Glenn. Kid has both her iron equipment. Actually, she, I think, had iron daggers and bronze vest. No, bronze mail. Plus, she had a couple accessories on her. Yeah, it really sucks not to have all that stuff, but whatever. I'll have to see what I can give Glenn. Oh, sure. Yeah, you had bronze. Could cut the bronze gloves so I could disassemble it for the copper, but I don't think there's any value in that. And that should be all the equipment I can take off characters. Let's see what that leaves us with. Wait. Yeah, well. This. I didn't actually need to do it this way, but I wanted Glenn the second slot, and that was just the fastest way I could think of in the moment to get him there. Okay, so he has copper equipment all around. I don't think Pendragon Sigils will ever be good in this run, but I am going to keep them just in case. Okay. So I have an extra bronze sword and an extra bronze mail, so that means I could disassemble both for 2 pieces of copper, which I could turn into more bronze helmets if I wanted. Oh wait, the spatula, I think this is... I think that is only, bone tier. So let's go see if we can make a copper weapon for Lena. Yeah. Ah. Okay, so here they can only make bone tier. And that is what Lena has right now. So we do want to go back to Termina. Uh, then, well, I guess we have to go back there anyway to get to the boat, so it's not a big deal. But I didn't want to have to run all the way back to the blacksmith. Anyway, we'll have bronze or iron armor and weapons for everyone after this. The only thing we won't have necessarily are bronze helmets, which are, nah, they're nice to have, but they shouldn't be a big deal. I'd care a lot more, except after the next dungeon, we're going to get a plethora of iron. I think we can actually farm as much iron as we want on the ghost ship. Yeah, I didn't think about it, but I wonder if I could actually get some iron from the Water Dragon Isle now. Wait, I don't have a carapace? Is there something I can disassemble for a carapace? Please tell me yes. Wait, I'm confused. I thought... Oh, one of my other characters has the copper spatula. You know what? I I don't think it even matters right now. I'm just gonna go fight Harl. I'm not going to worry about getting more material. If I wanted to, I could go to Goldove and get or go to the, what do they call him, resource trader? Trade some elements into him to get the carapace and any other item or material like that I need, but nope, let's just hop on the boat. Oh wait, you can't. I thought you could get on the boat from outside. Can you not? Oh, I guess that's. I have to take the boat out of town before I can do it. There's a spot outside of town you can dock the boat, and that's where I'm used to getting on and off of it. But I guess to start, we have to get on here, and then we'll just dock it outside later. I know, riveting gameplay, right? Anyway, now that we have the boat, the game has opened up a bit. I don't think there's anything to get on the Sky Dragon Isle. You can't go to Gaia's navel yet. Yeah, let's check if we can get iron here or not. Yeah. I think we can. Is this the path to the next screen? Yeah. I know in the homeworld version of this area, there are iron to pick up. I can't remember off the top of my head if there's iron to pick up in this world. Wonder what this enemy is. Scorpion. Oh, okay. They actually have a decent amount of... Wow, more than a decent amount of health. Okay. I did not expect that. How much damage do they deal? I thought they would deal more damage with how durable this one was, but guess not. But yeah, I think Kid has my power boosting accessories. Like, I think I had a power glove or a Dragon's Honor that she had equipped. Something like that. Fortunately, these guys don't seem very dangerous, they just seem pretty tanky. Hopefully we don't have to fight more, though. And we got a couple feathers and a good chunk of money. Yeah, there's an iron. Ooh. Okay, let's avoid that one. I think there's a couple more chests with iron in them we can grab. Here's a second. Yeah, okie dokie. I think there's a total of 4 if I remember right. There might have been one in the upper left that I'm missing right now. Oh. Okay. Hey. For anyone who didn't catch it when I mentioned it in the last video, some of you may not have watched it, and even if you did, it was a pretty long one. I am playing with a keyboard right now instead of a controller, so my movement is kind of sloppy. I don't see any chests here. Oh, wait, is that one up? No, that's the ferry. Yeah, I don't have the best controls in general, but it's particularly bad when I'm using a controller. Anyway, this area is a water dragon isle, and as you can see, there doesn't appear to be water or dragon. And we'll find out more of why later in the game. Found this thing at the dried up waterfall. It's kind of creepy, so. Oh, cool. I think this is a piece of Skelly. Yeah, sturdy ribs. You had a pretty good physique. Did I ever tell you I did acrobatics? Hey! Yep, he was a clown in the circus. I'm glad I came here just for that. I think there's 2 or 3 more pieces we need to find. I probably won't use Skelly at any point, and I may not even collect all the pieces because honestly, I don't remember where they all are. Okay. I know with bad controls. Can you not walk up that? I thought you could walk up the log or whatever that's at an angle, but apparently not. Huh. Either I'm blind or there are no more chests. I'm probably just blind, but whatever. No need to waste more time. I got 2 iron and that's plenty. Hey. You can walk up this little log-looking thing, but not the other. Don't get that. I have very bad vision. Like, without glasses, I would be considered legally blind, so please try to cut me a little slack. We do not want to go in the fog. That's where the ghost ship is. But yeah. When I have trouble spotting things, it may look really dumb, but it's because I genuinely have horrible vision. Anyway, this is what I was talking about when I was thinking of docking the boat outside the terminal. Anyway, we're going to go in here and make iron weapons because we want the damage, and, well, I'm still not going to be able to make an iron weapon for Lena, am I? I don't think so. Oh. I'll be able to make it for Glenn, that's all I really care about. Yeah, because Glenn is way more powerful than Lena right now, so... wait. In the next... Oh, no, actually, I would like a better weapon on Lena, because there is a red boss in the next dungeon. Oh. Hey, cool, we do have 1 leather for the steel sword. In the last video, I had a very miserable time because I could not figure out the leather situation. I think I wasted like 10 to 15 minutes just trying to figure out how to get one of my items I wanted because I didn't have leather. And I wound up having to unequip items from characters, disassemble them, assemble different ones. It was a whole thing. Okay, yeah. I think I probably should give the bronze helmet to Glenn instead of Lena, but I don't think it makes any meaningful difference. I could rest at the inn to heal up because our party has taken a little bit of damage, but the next battle should not be very threatening if I remember right. So we'll just heal after it instead. It's also not classified as a boss battle, so you don't miss out on stat gains if your character is dead at the end of it, so there's very little downside. Anyway, I can't remember if there's anything we can do on the Earth Isle yet. But yeah, we're supposed to go see Radius, who's on this island. I completely forgot that the game actually shows smoke coming out of it when you first come here. Well, I guess it's not when you first come here, but when you come here at this part in the game. The reason for that is the place has been set on fire. And that only happened after you left Viper Manor. Is that correct? Maybe not. The correct answer is I did this under Monsieur. Monsieur? Yeah, I think it's Monsieur. Lynx's order. Salute, sir. Wait, is it salute or salute? Whatever. Serge, did you miss one? Carl, what have you done with Radius? Ooh la la, Glenn, you're all fired up. Ooh. Yeah, tell me why you burned it down. First, it was to teach us a lesson and to deal with the dragoon who is here. So yeah. She set the place on fire basically just to try to slow down and or stop our resistance to Lynx's plans. Yeah. 52 on our 2 stamina attack is pretty awesome. So we did, what, 104 plus 85 is 189 damage in 1 round. Whereas Glenn did 14 per swing, so 28. Oh, crit though. So even with the crit, Glenn did, what was that? 74 damage? Something like that. Partially, or that it's partially due to Surge just having a higher strength and better equipment, but it's mostly that Surge is a white innate and she's a black innate, so explaining that helps you deal a lot more damage. Anyway, we got a photon beam, which is not what we want, meaning we will need to reload. Did I do in game or do I want to just. Yeah. Okay. Nope, he's gonna come in, we're gonna have a lot of dialogue, so let's restart. And our reload counter goes up by 1. I could use the speed up feature in the emulator. I don't like doing that during the game. I don't know that matters, but to me it just feels. Ow. Whenever I do a challenge run, using any external tools feels kind of cheaty, even if they don't really affect things. So I don't like to do it in game. But I fear if it's when I'm out of game, just restarting the console shouldn't matter. But you know what? Just to save us all a bit of our sanity, I am going to use it to skip dialogue that we've seen already. I do not intend to use the speed up feature at any point other than cases like this where we're redoing battles over and over, and it would just be super annoying to have to watch or go through the dialogue every time. So she won't die from this. Oh wait, she did? Okay. That was a lot faster than I expected. Anyway, the odds of getting the item we want from this battle are something like 1 in 8, 1 in 10. The last time I grinded this battle to get the item, I think it took me 11 attempts. So, it may take a minute. Trying to think where we'll next likely have to grind like this. Probably Miguel. I can't talk. Miguel? That's such an easy name to pronounce, and my brain just is not wanting to wrap itself around it right now. Anyway, it's boss battle a fair bit later in the game. It's also where this challenge run died the last time. I got to that boss and I could have beat him, but I would have needed to reload a bunch of times and I just forgot about the run. So I never did. Yay! Yet another reload. Oh, wait, no, I know where we're probably going to want to do this again. The next time I'll want to do this is to fight against, I think it's Karsh on Mount Higher. Karsh and the Shaker brothers. If I remember right, Karsh can drop a really good accessory, but it's a rare drop. It's like, not Power Glove or Power Seal, but if I remember right, it increases your power by like 3, which is a huge boost in damage, and it's a huge boost in damage, and until we get to Chronopolis much later in the game, we won't be able to find anything comparable. In Chronopolis, we're probably going to need to grind. I forget what the enemies are called, like Gizmoids or something like that. If I remember right, they have a rare drop that is a power seal, which is one of the strongest accessories in the game. It's like +5 to your power or something along those lines. And the nice thing is, if I remember right, you get it as a rare drop, meaning you can farm them even without being able to steal. There's tons of things in this game you can grind if you can steal, but stealing requires us to use the element screen, and we can't do that, so. I keep being worried that I'm going to mess up my reload counter. Like, I'll either forget to do it, or I'll think I forgot to do it and then do it twice. I thought 2 threes would be enough to take her down. Guess not. Okay. I should be paying attention to how much damage it actually takes to knock her down, but whatever. Okay, so we get another reset. Okay. Wow. Len, you are sucking this time around. Fortunately, Surge isn't. You may have noticed that I got a ton of stamina worth of attacks in there. Pearl acts every, I think it's somewhere around every 9 units of time. Let's see, 7. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I thought she was about to act and prove me right. But yeah, I think she acts roughly every 9 units of time. I'd have to look up the exact number. But what that means is if you time it right, you can queue up a 3-3 like I was doing with Surge. When she would only be like 1 to 2 units of time away from acting, get 6 stamina when there was in the span of like 2 units of time. I remember being blown away when I discovered that technique. I don't think I was the first person to ever figure it out, but I did figure it out for myself. I think by the time I figured it out, speedrunners had already figured it out themselves, but like wherever they talked about, I wasn't part of, so at the time I didn't know, and I thought I discovered something really cool and all by myself. Okay, so it's ever in that case she acted after 8 units of time. Good to know, good to know. So if I'm right, there's no chance she acts when I do this, and so I can 3-3 here, and she won't get to act in between. Yeah, so now she attacks, so she gets full stamina, I should be able to kill her. The optimization doesn't really matter, but it's one of those ones where it's not like I have anything else to be doing, so might as well refamiliarize myself with these sort of gameplay patterns. Later in the game, like when I'm facing the Red Dragon or Miguel, it will be incredibly important that I pay attention to stamina and how much in combat time has passed. Because you basically have to maximize your stamina usage in the Fire Dragon battle for it to be even remotely possible. Or at least that was the case the last time I did this challenge run. I think it took me like 15 tries to beat the Fire Dragon the first time around. Okay, so she can act after 7 units of time. There is some variance in it. That's why you can't completely predict it. I forget the exact ratio off the top of my head, but it's something like 25% of their what people call action points. I always hated the name they use. But anyway, like if they act every 7 units of time, you add up to 25% of that. So it could be like 1 or 2 extra units of time, meaning 8 or 9. Another reload. Feel like I should have, I don't know, subtopic to be discussing right now. Normally, if I'm grinding something out like this where there's no real thought to be put into it, I would just like put on the TV and watch it as I'm grinding. But I can't really watch TV and play this game at the same time since I mostly watch TV on my computer. Actually, right now I don't even own a TV. Alrighty. So we use 6 stamina there. Now we'll go for a 3-3. Both of them missed, unfortunately, but that shows how you can get a lot of extra value. I effectively got to use 12 stamina worth of attacks in what could well have been only 7 units of time. Alrighty. If I'm not mistaken, that puts us at 10 reload. No, that was our 9th attempt. So we're on our 10th attempt now, because I had 1 reload from yesterday. Yeah, if you ever want to have a really miserable time grinding this fight, what you do is you try to get 2 copies of the item we're going for, the moon glasses. Because Harl has them as both a rare drop and a rare steal. Which means you can fight her. Oh, sorry. Which means you start the fight, you try to steal. If you get the common steal instead of the rare steal, you run away and restart the fight. Repeat that until you successfully get the rare steal. Then kill Harl. And then hope she gives you the rare drop. So you have to hit the rare outcome twice. And if you do, you get 2 moon glasses, but the odds of it happening are like 1 in 60 to 1 in 100. I don't know the exact numbers, but like somewhere in that range. And that's 10 tries. Now, the last time I tried this challenge run, it wasn't a remaster, but I needed 11 attempts to get the rare steal. If we get the moon, or not the rare steal, the rare drop, if we get the moon glasses and after this battle, it'll be such a funny coincidence. Alright. Ah. She actually deals decent damage, she just dies very quickly. Oh my god, that is such an amazing coincidence. Got the moon glasses on my 11th attempt in both go-throughs of this challenge run. That is, huh. Well, that's all the fun for today. Yay! Au revoir. I need to keep telling myself to stop trying to do accents because it's bad. Or you want to Lynx's minions? Radius, you are safe. Ho ho, is that you, Glenn? It's been a while. You seem well. I'm glad you are alright. Yes. It's interesting seeing characters not use contractions. I played it safe and went into hiding for a while, and it looks like Lynx didn't pay me a visit. I'm sure the general has no idea what happened here. Like, see how Radius uses contraction, but Glenn didn't? Lynx is the one behind all this. Little details like that can add a lot of flavor to the dialogue to distinguish one character from another. Oh, they are. Well, no sense standing out here. Please come in. Huh. Is there any loot to pick up? I think there is. Oh, maybe not. I know there is in the hideout in the other world, but maybe not in this one. Okay. Yes, I once wielded this sword as a proud member of the Acacia Dragoons. Glenn's father, Gry. Is it Gry or Gary? Gary Rat? Whatever. The blacksmith Zap and I used to tear up the battlefield. But that was a good 15 years ago. When Gry lost his life in the central continent, I vowed to become his son's guardian. I officially retired 4 years ago after Dario received his father's sword, the Einmonster. I've been here ever since, living a carefree life away from the rest of the world. However, Dario is no longer with us. Life is so unpredictable. Eh, but yeah, Radius tells us how Lynx met, or basically wormed his way into General Viper's, what do you call it? Not good graces, like inner circle, and tempted him with rumors of the frozen flame. I probably should have read that dialogue. Some of it was actually valuable or at least interesting, but as we can tell, I'm not good at talking. I speak very well sometimes. But yeah, he basically tells us to go to the ghost ship. Honestly, I would have been much more interested in reading all that if I didn't have to grind that battle to get the moon glasses. Okay, so our party is healed up. I do want to check and see if maybe I want to use someone other than Lena. I usually use Lena at this part of the game out of instinct because she's usually quite good, decent in terms of strength, but mostly magic. As we can see, she does have a ton of magic. The problem is 17 magic doesn't do anything this run, and 14 strength isn't very impressive. Ah. So Nikki sucks. Wait, why am I in this screen? Here we are. Poshul does have higher strength, but only by a little. Her stamina sucks. 158 HP is decent, though 25 more HP. Poshul is surprisingly flimsy. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean to. Lena has 9. Well, I guess Poshul is very durable against physical attacks, but not so much against magical attacks. Only 10 magic resistance. The only one who has better stat line, really, than Lena is maybe Greco? No, his resistance and magic resistance suck. Only one more strength. Doesn't beat her on HP. Yeah, I do think Poshul might be better. But if so, it's by a small enough margin that I'm not worried about it. Alright. Going to make a backup save. The reason for that is we can't leave this dungeon once we enter it until we clear it. So, in case we decide we can't handle things or we want to make changes, I'll go ahead and save. Oh no, it's a ghost ship. Whatever will we do? We will pull up to it very slow. Could this be the ghost ship? Well, what are we waiting for? Right, we won't be able to navigate our boat in the fall. How would you dock the boat with those huge oars there? Hmm. The game's not going to show us. So, this is the infamous ghost ship? Note the hint of incredulity. Oh no, it's humans? Who are you? Make way for Captain Fargo. Arg, you seem to be a bit young for one of Lynx's subordinates. Well, who cares? What do you want from us? That's up to you. But first things first. What is your intention? Don't play stupid. We know you're trying to get to Mount Pyre. We saw General Vipers and Lynx ships. Blah, blah, blah. Are we trying to deliver a message? No. We're in pursuit. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, Fargo hates Viper and Lynx. We hate Viper and Lynx. So we should be allies. But he's a pirate. To be frank with us, we've had our share of encounters with Lynx too, but that was a long time ago. Ever since then, we've had to disguise ourselves as this ghost ship. I don't know if the game ever really talks about Fargo and Lynx having history. Fargo has a lot of history with Viper, and that gets explored, but I don't know about Lynx. So you're gonna face Lynx, eh? That's easy to say, but... bring out you know what. I just want to see if you youngsters can match up the likes of Lynx. Just making sure you're not all talk. Yeah, I honestly don't remember if we ever find out what the history between Fargo and Lynx is, as opposed to the history between Fargo and Viper. I'll have to think about it and maybe look up, see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Now, these Man of Wars, I can't remember. I think they might actually drop iron, but it's just more convenient not to fight them. Now, of course, you can run away from all battles in this game, but what? They're not worthy enough opponents for you? Holly, usually running away from a battle doesn't let you just skip the battle. You still have to fight it, unless like you can run around an enemy. But this is a scripted battle you can skip by just running away from it. I love that so much. Yeah, I actually did a playthrough of this game long time ago, where I intentionally ran away from every battle just to see what would happen, and that's how I discovered stuff like that. I have no idea what Polly's uh, action points are. So I'm gonna just... Oh god. She deals no damage. I guess she does have a copper weapon, so that's not surprising. I just thought since Polly's red, a blue innate might be valuable against her. I think Polly's a her. Wait, is Polly a he? I honestly don't remember now. Yeah, if Lena's going to do that little damage to Polly, yeah, Polly's a she. Anyway, if Lena's going to deal that little damage to Polly, it probably wasn't worth bringing her. I want to see, does this... That does not trigger another sequence. Okay. Oh, wow. Polly is way slower than I thought. Yeah, I thought Polly was actually pretty fast, but apparently not. Okay, good to know, good to know. Yeah, I should not have brought Lena. You know what? Let's go ahead and reload. Uh, yeah, reload. Yeah, maybe if I'd given Lena an iron weapon instead of her copper weapon, she might have dealt enough damage. Oh wait, that's the wrong save file, isn't it? Yeah, this. I am not counting this as a reload, like a second one, because I just selected the wrong file. But anyway, if I'd given her an iron weapon, maybe she would be useful against Polly. But she does no damage, and it's not worth bringing her along if it's not worth bringing her along when she can get one shot by Polly's flap attack. So yeah, we're not going to care about any of or whoever this character is in terms of their offensive power. So it just needs to be someone who won't die easily. So maybe I should bring Poshel. Okay. Try and think about the battles that come after this. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can remove Lena's equipment. Oh, I could have also equipped someone with the moon glasses. I didn't even think about that. I spent all that time getting them and then just didn't bother to use them. Oh, hey. Poshel's only role in this battle is likely, well, actually for the entire dungeon, not just this battle, is likely just to sit there and soak up damage, so let's focus on making her as tanky as we can. That's arguably not the right idea. It might be better for me to give Glenn some of the defensive equipment that I gave to Poshel. But I don't think it's going to make much difference. Yeah. I wish you could skip dialogue. Or at least mash through it faster. I love the dialogue in this game, don't get me wrong, but when you're redoing a battle that has like a cutscene or just, I guess it's not a cutscene, but like a long sequence of talking before the battle, it sucks so much to have to restart it. That's actually part of why I lost progress in my last run, was the Miguel fight has a really long dialogue before the fight. And so I kept getting bored. Even with the speed up feature that comes with the remaster, it still just felt like it took forever to try a new fight. Hello, okie dokie. I have no idea how much health Polly has. Yeah, if need be, I'll look up stuff like these enemy stats, their health, their action points, things like that, so I can do my strategies better. But if possible, I am going to try to avoid looking up information when doing this challenge run. I just think it's more interesting to learn as I go than to worry about doing things as optimal as possible. So Poshel getting strength there is cool. Surge getting more strength is nutty. Magic doesn't matter on Surge or Glen. Resistance on Glen is okay. Magic resistance on Surge is decent, nothing amazing, but yeah, Surge being 21 strength here is very nice. I like that. But yeah, now I have to fight Fargo. And this is what makes this dungeon particularly problematic. Is you have two boss battles back to back. Ooh. Unfortunate that I missed on that last one. Okay. Strengthen's not a big deal. It's actually interesting that he uses Strengthen since he's a blue innate and Strengthen is a red element. The damage buff from Strengthen is well worth using it, even with him being a blue innate, but the fact it's red does weaken him a little bit. Oh shoot, I screwed that up! I mashed 2 there instead of going 2 pause 2 3. So that screws up my cycling. So that was 7. I think Glen can defend here. Please hit Poshul. Thank you. So we want to go 2 pause 2 3, I believe. Yeah. Woo! Okay. Well, I didn't clear it on the first try, but I'll take it on the second. We still have a whole dungeon after this to do. Also, wow, Surge only got HP this level up. Not really surprising given how good his stat gains so far have been, but it's always weird when you see a boss battle where someone just gets health. Anyway, Glen again got resistance and no strength, so he's falling behind Poshul. Poshul got strength again, going up to 18 is pretty nice. But keep in mind, we be pirates. They poisoned us, those sneaky little bee. It's a tranquilizer made from jellyfish stingers. You lubbers will sleep for a while. But yeah, there is a dungeon, and then there's another boss battle still. Fortunately, we can save before we have to go through those. And there's actually a way to heal midway through the dungeon, so that's good. Scenes like that make me wish I could go back and play this game for the first time again. Are you alright, Serge? You do not look so well. Be on your guard, there's something coming out, or going on outside. But yeah, scenes like that make tons of sense. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get what it means. Because I played the game before, but that first time I played the game, going through it, it's so mysterious and like uncertain what's happening. I miss that. Anyway, now we get to see the actual ghost ship. And this dungeon kind of sucks because there's a key you have to get, and there's a lot of randomness as to where the key is at. Oh, remember if we have to fight these guys, or if I can run away and then avoid them. Yeah, okay. So I'll avoid them, that way I have a chance to save. And one interesting thing, something I didn't realize when I did my first playthrough of this, is you can use your teleporter to change out your party members. So, with Glenn being so injured, I could bring in Nikki to have a full health party member if I wanted. I don't, but it's an option. It actually might be worth bringing people in just to grind with them. Oh, so Lena got up to 16 strength. Nice. We did fight a couple boss battles, so all of our guys gained some stats. So yeah, Koshal is still slightly stronger than Lena, but not by much. And Greco is still doing well. Maka isn't too bad. Okay, but for now we're not going to swap anyone. I will swap before the next boss battle. Yeah, we can't go this way. Key duty is a big responsibility. Looks like you're alright. I thought you were going to that monster winning. My Dragoon training something something. Do tell me what happened here. I don't know either. But yeah. The ghost ship has attacked. And what we have to do is find out who has the key. An Aqua Ball. Alright, well, you're busy. You're busy. Wait. I believe it is possible to get this chest without fighting this battle. I think there's a way you can, like, walk up, bait it, and then walk back. But for now, I'm going to try to move forward in the dungeon a bit to see if I can find the healing. Get away from me! Get away from me! Ah! If there's only one or two, I will fight them. But if there's, what, 4? Yeah. I don't want to fight that many because there's a good chance I'll take a decent amount of damage if I try. Fortunately, every time you run away, it resets the enemy formation, so you can potentially roll an easier battle. Ah, no! I forgot. You're supposed to go up. I think you click to open the door, back off, and then you can like do a loop around the monster to get into the room without triggering that fight. But I triggered the fight and then ran away, so that worked. Got me. It's right there waiting. When he says it's right there, he means right here. Anyway, there's like 3 or 4 different people who can have the key we're looking for. Dear Lord, they keep spawning 4 enemies. And I don't remember if we have to fight battles near the guys before they will give us the key if they have it. So right now what I'm doing is just trying to talk to everyone, see. Okay, yeah. Cool. Was able to run. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is just talking to everyone I can to see if one of them will give me the key. And then... Oh, well, fine. And then after that, I'll fight people that seems like I have to... The ghost is mirroring me. That's funny. Ah! Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to fight. Please just be like 1 or 2. Okay. I sort of switched to Surge, but fortunately we didn't get punished. Surge really is just insanely strong right now. Hey, a little bit of HP. It's sort of a form of healing. Not really, but... Okay, this should be the enemy on the right, so if we run away after the battle, we want to go to the left. But there's only 2, so... Again, I'll go ahead and fight. Cool, they're hitting Poshul, our tanky lady, who had a crazy amount of life left. Those bosses really wanted to focus Surge and Glenn for whatever reason. Alright. This does get us a couple of the battles we need if we want to grind the mini-stat games. 2, 3, and 2. Wait, we can't go past here, can we? No. I think we have to take this battle to be able to talk to that guy to find out if he has the key. But I might be going about this completely wrong. Alright. That looks so weird. The camera managed to circle behind the lamp. Or, is that a lamp? Lantern, whatever it is. Made the screen look yellow. Alrighty. Two more HP on each one, nice. Yeah, see, we just got 3 iron, so that's what I meant about being able to get a lot of iron in this list. Thanks for the help. Who are you? Oh, yeah. The key? I have no idea who has it. Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, maybe we do have to win this fight to check if he has the key. It's interesting that you can run from the fight to just get the chest, but you may have to actually win the fight to be able to talk to him about the key. Anyway, I'm running away because as we've seen, these enemies can spawn with just like 2 or 3 units in the battle, and that would be way better than the 4. Once we get to where we can heal, it won't really matter, and I'll just take any fight we come across. But until then... Wow, 1-2-2 doesn't kill them. Interesting. A 2-3 does, though. Good to know. Alrighty, nice and easy, nice and easy. I probably should give the moon glasses to Glenn. Then again, we're at the point where I don't think damage really matters. Or damage reduction, that is. And it goes with... Oh, that's right. Okay, so he doesn't have the key. I forgot there's a vet we can take. But yeah, Glenn's health is so low that even if we cut the damage she takes by like 25% or whatever Moonclasses says, I don't think it will really make a difference in whether or not he survives. That is such nutty damage. Alrighty. More HP, but no larger stats. A capsule. I'll help you out if the next person I come across doesn't have the key. Yeah, if this guy doesn't have a key, then I'll go back to the last one where the guy told me to help him out. Personally, I think it's funny that a guy who kidnapped us is angrily telling us that we need to help him. Oh, a 2-3 didn't kill it that time. Interesting. Must have been bad luck on the damage variance rolls. But it's like, come on guys, you kidnapped us. I don't think we need to do anything for you. I think it'd be perfectly fine if we let you all die. Well, other than the part that if they all die, we'd probably not be able to escape since, you know, they're the ones who sailed the boat. Then again, if we have our own boat, we could just hop on it and leave. Yeah. Alright, more HP for everyone. Do you have the key? Please say yes. Thank God. I hate you so much. So I believe that means I have to go back to the very first guy, and he'll have the key now. But of note, the NPC explicitly said that it was someone downstairs who has the key, so nobody up here should have it. So we should be safe to come down here to get it. Well, what am I doing? I thought the monster that was following us from the right would fade away if I got far enough away, and turns out I was mistaken. Big crit. Okay. Yeah, everyone just missed. Except for Surge. Surge has been landing those twos a crazy amount recently, having a bit of good luck on it. May have just jinxed myself though. Okay, looks like we're not going to get any larger stat gains like strength or whatever. At least not on these guys. I will rotate other party members in to fight with them a little. Yeah, those crits are something else. For what it's worth, my guess is there's going to be at least a few fights in this run where I'm going to rely a lot on getting a couple big crits. Don't like Surge taking damage, but I think we're getting pretty close to where we'll be able to heal. Actually, wait, no, I think there's, like, we get the key, go through the door, I think there's one big room or maybe two big rooms, and then we'll reach the guy who can heal us. Incidentally, we did just get 2 leathers in that battle. We've been getting leathers in other battles. Do you have the key? Probably this guy. And to me that's funny because of how much time I wasted in the last stream looking, or trying to figure out the leather situation. I forgot to look up where you normally get leathers in a run. I think it is Beach Bums. Cool, cool. That looks so weird when the camera goes behind the lamp. Oh, nice dodge. These things look so weird. In a good way. Alright. Please, God, tell me this guy has the key. Yeah. Okay, so we have all the iron we'll ever need now. Wait. Okay, so I guess he can't have the key? Fine, I'll help you. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, when you get all the way to the end and the guy says, I don't have the key, I gave it to someone else, I'm pretty sure when that happens, that means you could not have gotten the key if you talk to whoever you wind up finding it from. As, in other words, I think like the trigger, the event flag, doesn't get set until you go to the other floor and talk to him. I point that out because I don't think me going to the other floor first was a bad thing. I think it was actually necessary. Even if it does kind of seem like a waste of time now. But yeah, there's RNG involved as to who winds up having the key. And it's actually a big factor in speedruns. When you're doing a speedrun, you can lose a lot of time based on whoever has the key. Wow, okay, we actually did get a big stat boost. That took a lot more battles than usually. Okay. Granted, only Glenn gained anything and it was a useless point of magic, but glad I found out. But thanks anyway. Yeah, here you go. Thank God. Alright. So we save in the next room. But yeah, I think the room I can't talk. I think after we unlock the door, we'll come to a room where there's a bunch of those little, like, skull things running around. We have to get past them, we'll find Pip, and we can recruit Pip at that point. And then we'll go outside, and when we go outside is when we'll find the guy who can heal us. Oh! I didn't think it was going to run straight at us and start a fight, but okay. Whatever. Oh. Right. Eee. Surge is almost dead. The good thing is we got all of the stat gains for these characters for this level, so even if Surge dies before a battle ends, he won't miss out on stats. Wow, Glenn's damage is so useless, it didn't even change how much stamina Surge needed to use to kill these guys. Yeah, it really does help a lot to use a white innate against black innate enemies. Okay. I think there... Oh, are there no more of them? I thought more of those guys would run at us. Oh, maybe it's in another room. Ah, okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, here's the guy who can heal us. The thing is, whether or not he heals us is RNG dependent. As you can see, first he poisoned Poshul, now he poisoned Surge. We just keep doing this until we get cured and healed. It's tedious, but... Yay! So now our health is restored, but we are still poisoned. Now we have to keep talking to him until he cures up us of our poison. It can take a while. There we go. So now we are at full health and we are not poisoned. And that is how you can heal the ghost ship. It's very tedious and I prefer not to do it, but in any normal run I would not bother doing that. But in a normal run you can just heal with the elements. Anyway, we are going to swap Glenn and Poshel out so we can level up a couple other people. Yeah, Nikki's strength is horrible. Mojo's strength is better than Nikki's, that's fine. But Matcha is really tanky compared to Greco, but Greco has more offensive power. So yeah, we'll level Lena and Greco now, and then I guess after that we'll swap in Mojo and Nikki? Or no, Mojo and Matcha. Wait, oh, do these enemies not respawn? Huh. If enemies don't respawn, we may not be able to grind here, but I think we can grind later. We can at least take this battle. Yeah, I do not expect to use any of these secondary characters this run, and I may not even bother grinding them all. But Lena is definitely someone I might use, so I want to at least get her leveled. I'm trying to think if there's ever a time I would use Matcha over Kid, though. Maybe. I love the luchador style that Greco is using. The idea of a Mexican wrestler as the spiritualist is pretty funny to me. Oh, cool. Lena got strength resistance and magic resistance. Plus magic. Good god, those stats are so juicy. Oh, Greco only got resistance? That sucks. But yeah, Lena's magic is so nice, but I can't use it. Okay, so we took care of that enemy. Really? Huh. It'll be interesting if no enemies in this dungeon respawn, so you can't grind. But there's some more enemies here we can fight. But yeah, the big thing about Lena is not only did she just get a big level, or, well, mini level, her getting all those stats means she will get all of those stats in the next boss battle as well. So, Lena is going to be very good after the next boss. Wait, why did that enemy take 7 stamina when previously they were only taking 5? Weird. I completely forgot these flies were enemies in the game. I don't know if I just skipped the fights that are in, or if maybe they're just so forgettable that I forgot them. No, I think they only spawn outside. I don't think they spawn inside, and most of the fights you get in on this ship are inside. So I think that's why I usually don't see them. Hmm. Yeah, and that one didn't die in 5 stamina like most of them did either. Now, if it doesn't die to a 1 attack, I will be very confused. Yeah. Oh. Inside, the Wraiths were dying to a single 2-3, and I think 1 Wraith survived it and just required an extra 1. But out here, they're taking... Oh! I think the fights inside didn't have that black slot in the element grid. See how the field is currently yellow, black, blue? I think inside there was no black. And if that's the case, then Surge is having a -1 modifier because of the field, and that could explain why it's so different. Also, I hate this element. It's a insta-kill effect. Has a low chance of success, but it's just like, oh cool. If I'm unlucky, I just instantly lose this character, no matter how tanky or healthy they were. Uh, wait, who else was I looking at? Matcha and... Honestly, I don't... Am I ever going to use Matcha, really? I don't think so. I hate grinding these mini levels, so honestly, I think I'm just gonna stop. I got them for Lena, which was the big thing I wanted. And honestly, Lena is now, I think, better than Poshul? Or she will be after the next boss battle, maybe? Yeah, after the next boss battle, Poshul will not gain strength, if I remember that correct. Yeah, Poshul will gain magic, but not strength. Lena, on the other hand, will gain strength and magic and resistance and magic resistance, so... Lena will have less health and less physical resistance than Poshul, but otherwise, she will just outclass Poshul entirely. Okay. But for now, let's keep using Poshul just so I don't have to worry about swapping equipment. In the next boss battle, it's not going to matter who my third character is. Alright. And yeah, I really should grind more mini-stat games. But I'm not gonna, because I'm so bored of it. And I'm going to have to do it again as soon as I leave the ship, which sucked, so... Yeah. Okay, so these enemies do respawn. That's good to know. So if you want to grind, you can. Okay, I really don't want to fight 4 enemies. But if I run away, I don't think I can actually escape this and the next battle. So there's a good chance I am going to have to fight 2 more battles out here. Oh yeah, Insurgent's down 41 health right now. But that's not enough I care to, Oh, cool, I did dodge it. Oh. Yeah, the little spider things out here are a lot slower than the one inside was. But anyway, Surge being down some health sucks, but not enough that I am going to... Wait, oh, there was a second enemy party there that I didn't catch. But anyway, Surge isn't low enough in health that I think it's worth going back to the guy and trying to heal up. If I take too much damage, I obviously will, but... I don't think the next boss is going to be too bad. Ah! Okay, maybe I do need to just fight this thing. I can't see it. There's like a beam blocking my vision of where the thing is. Oh yeah, there's only 2 of them. That should go quick. Cool. More iron. Okay, yeah. This one we can see at least, so that's easy enough to avoid. There's Pip. Oh, man, is this ghost really gonna chase me so much I can't get away from it? I think it is. Oh, maybe I can get away. Nice. Whoa! Almost ran into that thing. Ah! Oh, get away, get away, get away. Yeah, we don't need those. I don't think we'll even want to sell them for money or anything, but I don't know what's in all the chests, so I'm gonna open the ones I come across just in case. Wait, did we miss Pip? I know I saw Pip in the corner. I tried to talk to him, and then he ran away again. I didn't see where he went after that. Oh. If we don't recruit Pip here, we can recruit him later, so it's no big deal. I can't remember if you can recruit him both in here and later in. I mean, it's kind of spoiling to say in the Link segment, but. Yeah, there's some characters you can recruit in two different parts of the game, but you can only recruit them in one or the other. I think Pip is an exception, and you can recruit him in both parts. Wait, can I run from this fight? I mean, obviously we can run, I just don't know if we'll have to still fight it after. Nope, apparently not. Nice! So yeah, that's two scripted fights in this sequence that you can avoid by running. If you take a different route where you choose to find the antidote for Kid, I believe you can even skip the poly battle. Because it's not treated as a boss battle that gives you stats like it is in this route. And the reason for that is you fight a couple other bosses in that route thing that you skip in this one. Alright. Damn, the arm. Your name's Sir Jake. Go take the wheel. Aye, Captain. Keep your heads high, mateys. Don't forget, we're the pirates aboard the SS Invincible. Man your stations. It's time to show these monsters what we're made of. Oh no, they're coming! Whatever will we do? Get creeped out by this boss? It starts off looking like nothing, and then, wait, did 5 of those little guys just merge? Ah! I cannot decide what that thing looks like. It kinda looks like a fish crossed with, I don't know, not a slug. Anyway. Okay, so he can act after 7 units of time. Good to know. First is an annoying status ailment. What it does is it makes it so if you take damage, you lose stamina. There. Wait, is he using Dark Breath twice? Oh no, Dark Breath isn't the one he used before. Dark Breath is an actual attack, I guess? Yeah. What was the other one he used called? I didn't catch its name. Let's see, if we want to play around 7, we've used 2, which means we have 5. So, yeah, we can go 2 here. Assuming it's on 7 again, we should be able to 2, pause, 2, 3. Oh, nope, it was on 6. Okay. Well, now we can 2, 3 into a 3, 3. Death's Odor. Okay, that was the one that applied first. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Weird. One. Just thinking how I can get the most out of my stamina. I think we 2 here, I can 1, 2. No, I don't want to do that. We did 1, we do 2, then I can 2, 2, 3, right? Yeah, that should be fine. 2, 2, 3. Okay, Imbecile is meaningless. Yeah, that lowers his magic stat, but of course, in this run we don't use magic, so it doesn't matter. Alright, now search 2 3s, and if we hit, we kill it. Oh, wait, yeah, okay, we did kill it. For a second, the camera switched back like it was gonna give us a turn, and I thought we weren't gonna, or we didn't get it to kill yet. I can't talk. I still feel my allergies acting up horribly from yesterday. Wow, yeah. Surge did gain a ton of HP there, but... Oh, it was Glenn who gained the point of magic, not Postal. Okay. Doesn't really matter, but... Yeah, that was a sucky level up for all 3 of these guys. For Surge, it's fine. His stats are already way higher than I would have expected, so not a big deal. But I'm definitely taking Postal out of the party after this. And putting Lena in because her stats are going to be so good. Mount Pyre is a fiery hell. Without any protection against fire, you'll lose strength fast. It suggests you go see the Water Dragon for his divine protection. Although I haven't heard much about him in recent. Wonder if he's still alive. Actually, I haven't heard much about the other dragons either. And those monsters we just beat. What's going on nowadays? I tell you, even the sea seems to have changed its nature. It's probably because we human folks have come around. Sometimes the environmental message in this game can feel a bit heavy-handed, but I think it actually plays pretty well with how things develop later. Because the game makes it clear it's not just about environmentalism. So right, we want to come here. But before I do that... wait. We needed Carapace. Where's Goldove? This is Marble. Wait, is Goldove down here? I cannot believe I forgot where... Oh, no, it's... Yeah, here it is. This has a resource trader that we're going to get Carapace from. For Lena's weapon. Wait, can he make iron equipment? I don't know if he can now. No. So I will... Wait. So you can make an iron lure or a steel ring, but the rest of the weapons you can make are all copper. That's interesting. Anyway. I wonder why you can make iron weapons of those 2 types, but not any others. Oh wait, the trader is down right. right? Yeah, like this guy. I was looking for a stall, that's why I didn't see him at first. So yeah. I would like another screw. Yeah, I get it. All the jokes. But no. Screw takes 20 elements, Carapace takes 32. Okay, so that's one Carapace, and yeah, we should be able to get a screw. That does sound so silly to say. Okay, so we need 2 more levels worth. Do I have any? Well, I have a bunch of uplifts, so I'll trade those. I was looking for more consumables. Anyway, with that, let's unequip Potion. Ah. Oh wait, I just realized while we're here, let's go visit Kid. Kid's gone. What's going on? Where's Kid? Don't tell me she... Surge, it is not your fault. What are you guys all doing there? Boy, it's been a while, eh? Well, what's with the astonished look on your faces? Huh? What? Where was I? Oh, I complained about the sissy ground, but then they hid me unclothed somewhere to stop me from trying to escape. So I had no choice but to take a walk around the village looking like this. Anyway, what's up with you guys? Did you come back because you are worried about me? Heh, I ain't gonna drop dead from such a weak go poison like that. But I guess it was a pretty close call this time, eh? But how did you neutralize the poison? Sorry, I haven't the foggiest idea either. The doc will be back this afternoon, so let's ask him then. And there is an explanation. You're here to ask me how I was able to neutralize the poison? Yeah, there's nothing to lose by knowing how, right, Doc? It was a coincidence. No, it was probably an act of fate. After he left the village, a young man came to visit me upon hearing of the patient's condition from a villager. He had brought a certain item with him. A certain item? You do not mean... Yes, it was the Hydra humor. He happened to have a vial of it with him at the time. Hey Doc, who is that guy? Do you at least know his name? I'm sorry, I do not know. He only told me that he came from the mainland. Came from the mainland? Just at least give me a chance to thank him. Jeez. I hate being in debt to others. Ah, hell. When I find him out... Wait, that's not what I want to do. That's all that I know. In the end, I proved useless as a doctor. It is not something that could be forgiven. Blah, blah, blah. He's being so down on himself. But yeah, it's interesting. For years, people didn't know who saved Kid, who brought the Hydra humor. And there was theories about time travel, dimension hopping, and all sorts of stuff, but the game actually does tell you who it is. It drops a bunch of hints, like even here we got some hints as to his identity. And there's one ending in the game actually makes it explicitly clear. The guy who did it basically... I forget if Kid says the guy did, or if the guy says to Kid that he did it, but yeah. But yeah, I thought it was funny. There used to be topics on like GameFAQs and Reddit where people were trying to figure out who did it, and there were all sorts of wild theories. But no, the game makes it pretty darn clear. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. The Dragon Tier, they need that to activate the fort that we're going to, Fort Dragonia. And the blue orb that Surge looked into while we're at Viper Manor, that triggered a weird, like, vision of his, was that. Great, so I don't have to waste any breath explaining it. Yeah. If I ain't mistaken, that orb was probably the Dragon Tier, which means that's in the hands of old Viper right now. And earlier we found out the Dragon Tier was stolen from this village. So somehow, Viper and his men stole the Dragon Tier from this village so they could activate Fort Dragonia. And the poor army from the mainland may be coming in to invade. So we're wondering if the general might be trying to fight them off or what. Come to think of it, that captain said we should obtain the divine protection of the water dragon. And now we're like, oh, but there's no water. How could the water dragon be there? But because we've recruited Kid back, Surge, you hold the key to our problem. You heard the story from the village shaman, right? The story about the land of Genesis? Kid, are you talking about the other world? The world where Surge came from? Yeah, that's right. The situation in each world is different, right? Things missing in one world can be found in the other? And then we find out the secret of Kid's amulet. Well, a secret. It's the other key to solving our problem. I don't know if you've heard from the shaman, but you need lots of power to cross the dimensions. She said it was something about the powers of hope and will. According to the shaman, the amulet has that sort of power. Normally, I would have just thought she was crazy, but this time, maybe I ought to listen to her. The amulet alone isn't enough to cross dimensions, but we need the other key to make the connection between this world and the other. So Surge is the other aspect. According to Shaman, that's right. Someone that's not supposed to be in this world. That's the link to the world that was severed 10 years ago. The missing piece of the puzzle. That's the lowdown. The rest is up to you. Okay. Now, going to the water dragon is entirely optional. And Kid even says she doesn't think she would need it. But it is a good idea to do. Yay! You get the Astral Amulet. And Kid joins our party again. Woo woo! By the way, you totally can skip finding Kid here and recruiting her again if you want. But if you do that, then you can't get the Astral Amulet to get the Water Dragon's blessing. And so you have to go Mount Pyre the hard way. It honestly isn't that hard of a route to take in a normal playthrough. But, wait, is there anything we need to do before we go? The element shop would have better elements, I think, but nah. Going up the Mount Pyre without the Water Dragon blessing is actually pretty easy in a normal playthrough. But you take a ton of damage. Normally that's not a big deal because you can just... Wait, can't I dock here? Oh, I dock here, okay. It's normally not a big deal because you can just heal after your next battle. But since we can't heal with elements, it would really suck if we didn't have the Water Dragon blessing. That said, since we just did another boss battle, we're gonna grind out stats on some characters. Hey, you actually get an action. Will Surge take any damage shared? Ooh, 1 point. Okay. Alright, so a single 1 is not enough to kill, 2 1s is not enough to kill. It takes 3 1s or 1 2 to kill them right now. That's not bad. So Surge gained HP, the other 2 didn't get anything. My expectation is for Fort Dragonia, I will be using Surge, Glenn, and Lena for the whole thing. But there are a couple bosses where I might wind up using someone else. I'm not going to grind everyone out. Like, I'm not going to grind Nikki or Mojo. Maybe I will Macho and Greco. I don't know for sure just yet. But Kid, Lena, Glenn, and Poshel, I'll definitely grind the midi levels for. Because right now, those are the four characters who I think are the strongest of the ones we have. I am a little sad we didn't get Poshel on the ghost ship. Somehow I missed him when he ran off the 3rd time. But I would not actually use him anyway. I just think he's adorable and love him. I'm trying to remember what optional content we can do now. Since we can go back to the other world, we can visit a lot of places in the other world that we can't now, but we won't have a boat in that world. There is a boat we can use to get us to the water island, but that's the only boat, I believe. Yep. I wonder if that's true. Yeah, that's the only boat we'll have access to for now. Hmm. Wow. I'm gonna fight another battle just to see. It may be that they're not gonna get any stats this next level. But I want to be safe because I know on the ghost ship it took us like 8 battles to get the next stat boost. In 1 sec. Oh wait, Sorry, I was pulling up something on my computer and I didn't realize it would pause the game like that. Hmm. Okie dokie. Okay, yeah, it looks like we really may not get any more seconds just yet. In 1 second, I am going to look this up. Sorry, I got a message, so I'm just wanting to read what they said in case it's anything I need to worry about. Uh, it does. Okay, now. Sorry, I got a message from someone I knew and just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything important. They're asking if I'd be available to play games later today. Well, actually, right now, I told them I'd be able to play in an hour or 2. My goal in this current run, well, in tonight's playthrough, is to clear out the water island. There's a couple boss battles on. Okay, yeah, so I guess we aren't getting any stat boosts. Weird. Okay. I wonder if this is one of the star levels where you just don't really get any boosts. There are some of them. But yeah, Lena having 18 strength there is crazy. She's 2 points over Glenn in that regard. Anyway, Yeah. So we're not. Well, Doc has 15 strength and is a white innate. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that he would be worth taking. Rekko has 19 strength, so he might be worth taking. We're never taking Nikki with that horrible strength. Mojo at 15's pretty far behind, too, so... Oh, wait, no. I still have Lena in my party. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Lena should be in my party. It was Glenn and Poshel who were in the party to grind stats before. Alrighty. This is the most boring part of runs, is just grinding like this. And that's why in a normal playthrough, I never do it. I might grind out mini levels for, like, two party members other than Surge. And then, like, have a 3-man team that I grind for. But... Actually, while I'm doing this, let's think about what boss battles there are where I might use Doc. Trying to remember. The next black battle, I think... Isn't it, I think it's a red boss that halfway through the battle turns into a black version. Yeah, it looks like this may just be a level you don't really get stats on. I'll fight a total of 4 battles, and if I don't get anything more than that 1 point of HP, I'm done. But yeah, so I think that's the next black boss. After that, I think the next one is Lynx. Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to care about Doc in the Lynx battle. And then after that, Doc will leave the party, so... Yeah, there's only one battle where Doc might be useful. So yeah, I don't think we need to worry about Doc. Greco with that 19th strength, though, that's definitely appealing. Kid only had, what was it, 15, 16 strength, I think? Somewhere in that ballpark? So yeah, I think we may need to go ahead and level up Greco. And if we're leveling up Greco, then we would want to level up someone alongside him. So we would have room for Doc or Matcha or whoever we want. But it looks like this is a star level where it's not worth, or you don't really get many stat gains. Kid did get 1 HP, but that was it. Okay. I didn't think this was one of the ones where you didn't get many stat gains, but I guess it is. Well then, I kind of wasted my time. Alright, so we will... Yeah, Kid's at 15, that's pretty bad. And... Thinking, the next bosses are they all yellow? Yeah, I think all of the following bosses are yellow. So we only care about green, which means Glenn. And then, aside from Glenn, our next best option is Greco or Lena. And... yeah, we'll go Lena. I'll keep an eye on Greco's stats to see if they wind up being anything we should care about. Do. Need to open the equipment menu. What an unequipped Kid is. Sometimes my mind has trouble remembering which key on my keyboard goes to which button on the controller. Yeah, so she needs Better armor, better weapon, better helmet. Wow. Okay, so you don't have anything to take off. Where's Kid in this list? Did I miss her at top? Oh, yep, there she is. Yeah, bronze helm, power glove, and silver loop. Those are all good things to be able to give to someone else. But we do need to go to Termina now. I guess we didn't need to take the boat, though. We're already on. Oh, we need to go to Termina to make iron equipment. Can you dock inside Termina or only outside? Looks like only outside. That's interesting. So when you first get the boat, you have to board it from inside town, but as soon as you leave town once, you have to board and disembark from the coast. Anywho. I don't know if we can make iron equipment in the other world, so it may have been possible to go there to do what we're doing now instead. But I don't want to take the risk that we can't and then have to come back. Forge weapon. Iron. So it's a ladle Fe26. I think Fe... Is that the periodic element for iron, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. And then a steel sword. And... Iron mail. Yeah, we have the material to make several, and we already have 2. Oh, Doc comes with an iron mail when we recruit him? Okay. Well, I'll just unequip that iron mail from Doc, and then I don't have to make another. Nice. Iron helmet. Oh, we only have 1 screw. Maybe I should have got more when I was at the resource trader, material trader, whatever they call it. Yeah, I should have. I could have 2 more iron helmets if I had. Oh. And while we're here, I don't think I'll be used. Wait. Oh, never mind. Kid already has the iron dagger. I was going to say I don't think I'll be using Kid, but just in case I'll get the iron dagger, but I guess I don't need to. Leather, humor. I have plenty of money and materials. That's why I'm looking at this. Yeah, let's go ahead and make an iron glove, since several of our characters might use it. Oh wait. Why did I make a steel sword if I already had one stockpiled? When did I get a steel sword? Weird. I don't know if I crafted a steel sword and forgot, or if I found one somewhere and didn't notice. Oh, not like it's gonna hurt. So, where do you get screws at, other than the material trader, I wonder? Okay, that's right. Need to take the iron armor off Doc. Oh, and it comes with a steel shot too, so that's another piece of iron equipment. Cool. But yeah, with iron weapons, our characters will deal much better damage, so it won't be quite as one note with Surge doing all the work. I am giving Surge the iron helmet since he is the most valuable character. Uh, knee pad. Pendragon Sigil 6 I don't think is relevant. So let's just give you the Power Glove. Lena can take the Moon Glasses, Silver Loop. No, she'll take Silver Pendant. I'll give Glenn the accuracy boosting item, since he should be attacking more than Lena. Wait, that might not be whatever. One will have slightly increased accuracy, the other will have slightly increased, what, like magic resistance or something? It's like 1 or 2 points each way, so it's not a big deal. The important thing is we are ready to go to the other world. I feel like a sneeze is coming and it just won't happen, and it's driving me batty. Wrong one. I got lost on the map because I turned to look at a light. People have told me, and it seems to work, that if you look at a light when you feel a sneeze coming, sometimes it can like trigger a reflex or something in the muscles that encourages the sneeze to come. Didn't work this time, but it has worked for me before. Unless it's psychosomatic. I don't think so, though. Blah, blah, blah. So what's the plan, Surge? Oh, look at that. Unfortunately, when we travel between dimensions now, we're not going to get the cool cinematic we got the first time, where there was like a small tidal wave that came to shore and looked like it was going to knock us over. Then again, I guess it would be tedious to see that every time. Now we just fall through the ground. It's still a pretty cool cinematic. I wonder what that feels like. Felt like my body split in two, a very strange feeling. So he made it to the other world, right? Are you sure, Serge? I still find it hard to believe. Well, you'll probably find it easier to believe when we go to Arnie and you see yourself. Okie dokie. Hi, me! Hey, that girl looks like me. Haha, surprise? Well, there's something real deep behind all this. You should have Serge explain it to when it's all over, of course. Anyway, we're mostly here so we can go to our house and sleep. And then we can hop in a boat and go over to the water isle. I wonder how long Surge has been missing. The game doesn't treat it like we've been gone for very long, but we saw at least, what, one night? Yeah, when we went to Viper Manor, we had to wait for night to come. So that's one night. Trying to think if we, in canon, if we see any other day-night cycles. I don't think so. So I think, as far as the lore goes, the events that we see may, or that we've been through so far in the game, may have canonically only taken, like, one day. Obviously, that sounds unbelievable, and I don't think that's the case, but... yeah. I'll have to sit down sometime and think about if we can work out roughly how much time passes throughout the course of the game. Yay! Now, unfortunately, we can't keep this boat. The guy's just ferrying us to the island and back. So that means we can't go to a bunch of areas I would like to go right now. Ho, it's been a while since I visited this isle, but its beauty never fades. But there's something strange. I don't see any of the fairies that usually dance over the pond. Oh, pardon me. There's a small village of fairies on this side. Or this isle should be just beyond this pond. So yeah, we can talk to him to go back. And obviously this looks very different from the Water Dragon Isle we visited last time, which had no water in it. And now we can take these little lily pads, different areas. It's a little bit of a puzzle on how to get through. Is there any treasure we can get here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Yeah, I think the treasure here is pretty useless. Because I think it's mostly iron, and we already got a ton. So I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, there was a chest in the bottom left there that we missed. But yeah, if this is just an iron, then I'm not going to bother getting the chest in the bottom left because I'll assume it... Oh, no, that's an ice blast. Okay. Huh. Maybe I should check out what the chest in the bottom left is then. Honestly, though, I don't care enough. I can get it on my way out if I want. Now, if I remember right... Oh, wait, no, it's not this next area, but the area after that is a point of no return. So yeah, there's a chest in that upper left corner, and there was a chest in the bottom left corner, so that's two chests that I noticed that we didn't get. What brings humans here? If you intend to intrude, you will not be given a warm welcome. This land is the new home of the dwarves. Humans are not welcome here. Be gone with yourselves. Alrighty. And these guys are jerks. They killed everyone. Isn't there someone I can talk to right there? Maybe not. Thought I could though. But yeah. On the other route, there's more context to what happened here. But basically, the dwarfs are just really awful. I will not tolerate any humans trespassing beyond this point. Defy me and you will face the consequences. But yeah, on the other route, you, the player, set the chain of events in motion that lead to this. But the fact that the same things happen even if in this route where you don't set things off shows it's really not your fault. So there's a Daggy Daffy, and regular Earth. Don't remember what order it's best to kill them in. If I remember right, once you kill one type of them, they can't use their Hi-Ho Chorus attack. Because it's like a group attack and requires at least one of each type. But I might not be remembering that correctly. Anyway, Oh wait, did I kill the wrong thing, or were there 3 Daffy Dwarfs? Okay, maybe there were 3 Daffy Dwarfs. That or... Yeah, because we did kill 2 guys. Okay. For some reason, I thought there were only 2 Daffy Dwarfs, not 3. But yeah, we killed 2 guys and there's 4 left, so there must have been 6 to start. Anyway, because of all the work we put into preparation and, you know, getting items and such, and grinding levels, we are way stronger than the average person would be when they reach this point. So this battle's kind of a total joke. Okay. 3 damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? So you're dead. Okay. Well, that was an incredibly easy battle. Gotta say, it was significantly easier than I expected it would be. But yeah, there's a level up. Wow. Okay, so we didn't get mini level up on this star, which is sad because that would have been a really good one to get it on. Surge, Glenn, and Lena all would have gained another strength, but oh well. Strength for everyone, magic resistance for Surge and Glenn, resistance for Lena. And yeah, there were 6 items, so there were 6 enemies. Such strength. It seems I've underestimated you humans. This will not happen a second time. Retreat! Freaking genocidal maniacs. Now here, we have the option of grinding mini levels in this room, but if I remember correct, as soon as we move to the next area where the next boss is, we won't be able to leave it. But I believe we can, like, go back to the guy who ferried us to the island and go back to Arnie and or wherever else we want to grind mini levels. So gross. Like, come on. Yeah, this game is very easy if you know what you're doing and you take the time to get all the equipment and mini levels that you can. But I do remember the first time I played the game, I actually had a fair bit of trouble with it. Which is interesting because, unlike a lot of RPGs, you can't just grind levels to get stronger. Personally, I prefer this style of grinding where you're grinding for equipment, for stat bonuses, stuff like that, rather than just, oh, go fight any enemy over and over and watch your experience counter go up. Alright. Anyway, I do want to go find a save point or something so I can look at my other party members to see if, like, Greco got another point of strength. Because if he's up to 20 strength, that would definitely help justify spending time grinding stats on him. But, or I don't think we can find a save point unless we go back to town or go further into the dungeon where we would find the point of no return. So unfortunately, oh wait, I can check their stats in the status menu. I don't have to go to a save point to use the teleporter to do it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which types of dwarf are the stronger ones between, like, regular dwarf, Daffy dwarf, and Daggy dwarf. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. They can barely deal damage to us. And we kill them super easily, so. So 1 HP. Huh. So far, my guys have gotten a lot of health, but nothing else. Alrighty. Please get the big boost here so I don't have to keep grinding. Okay. They didn't get any, so I think that means we're not going to get any. Will you never understand? You do not cherish the treasures of nature as we do. Be gone with you. What is this guy smoking? We just come to the island to talk to Dragon here, like, hey, what's up? And these guys are psychotic mass murderers trying to somehow shame us, say it's our fault. Well, I guess they're not saying it's our fault, they're saying we suck, so why are we here? Anyway. If we don't get a big boost to stats here, I'm going to assume that we're not going to get them. And then I'll just check other party members. Okay. Yeah, I should look up the table of which star levels you don't get mini boosts from. Because it looks like this may be one of them. Alright. Let's see. Poshul. Let's see. So 17 strength on Glenn, 19 on Lena. Poshul is at 19. So Poshul's tied with Lena. Not impressive. Matcha is at 17. So she's somewhat close. We already know Glenn. Mojo, just out of curiosity, is he still 15? Yeah. He didn't get a strength gain on the last level. Did Greco. Okay, so Greco did get up to 20 strength. That's actually pretty decent. Doc, 16. Okay. Oh yeah, what's Kid? Kid's still 15. So yeah, for Red Innate, we would want to use Greco. If we're going to use Red Innate. So I'm just going to stop and think, do I really need to grind anyone else? After this, well, there's going to be another dwarf fight with the tank. Then we will have the Dragoons, the Acacia Dragoons like Salt, Pepper, Karsh. Then we'll have the Fire Dragon, which we would want to blue innate, namely Lena for. Then we'll have one of each element in Fort Dragonia, but we don't really care. The blue one isn't hard, so I don't think we even need Greco. Yeah, the white one is Son of a Gun, and Mojo would be way too weak to be good against him. Yeah, I don't think we're going to use that. I think we'll just stick with this party. Mostly out of convenience, because I really don't feel like grinding more. To be fair, Greco is stronger than Glenn right now, so there is an argument to use Greco instead. But I will be using Glenn in much later in the game, so I want to get him as strong as I can, even if I I want to get him as strong as I can, even if it probably won't make much difference. Just because he will be a key part of my strategy in the harder parts of the game. The difference of 17 or 19 strength at this point isn't a big deal. I don't know where these two doors go. Because the battles right now are easy enough that I'll win either way. Or with Glenn or Greco. But late in the game, I expect I won't be able to beat battles without Glenn. I didn't want to fight these guys, but whatever. I guess I can kill him real quick just to make sure. Oh, that's actually one argument for going back to town. It would let me heal. Glenn is actually taking a decent bit of damage because he's a green innate. And these guys are all yellow. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I can defeat the next boss without it being very difficult if I don't go back to town to heal. And I think I can. I don't think he'll be too bad. Of course, saying that means I'm probably jinxing myself and I'll probably have to reload. Oh. So we're gonna grab the chest that's outside, then we'll go down the ladder. And I think the next boss battle is down there, but I think we will find a save point first. Oh, okay. Magic Ring is actually a pretty good item in a normal playthrough. In this playthrough it's useless, but... Stacking several magic boosting items on one character who has high magic stat. What is that? Is that a dwarf? Oh, it is a dwarf. He just looks funny because he's underwater. But anyway, stacking all your magic boosting items on a character who has high magic stat or a high magic stat already can let you do some really gross things with elements in this game. You can literally one-shot bosses with elements late in the game. Honestly, not even that late in the game. You can do it pretty much as soon as you get your first summon. Which you get after this area, in fact. Like, once we beat the next boss and talk to the water dragon, we will get our first summon. And in a normal playthrough, it is quite possible to use that summon to one-shot bosses. I mean, you do have to set up the summon by casting elements to change the field to match its color. And to do that, you do need to build up your element grid, which means you do have to do a few attacks first. So technically, it's not like one-shotting that you use one action to do it, but in all practical senses, you do one-shotting. I did a challenge run one time where I only let myself use red characters with red elements. And that included Surge being white, meaning Surge had to die every fight. But in that run, it was so fun because you could I was one-shotting a bunch of bosses or two-shotting them with just two guys. So I had two red units, and I would go around turning the field red, then summoning two red summons, and just killing bosses. It's like, cool, just two summons, they die. Okay, I think we can avoid that fight. Yeah. Where's the point of no return then? Oh wait, maybe there is no point of no return? Okay. Oh wait, no, as soon as we entered this room, like up at the top with the save point, I don't think the game would have let us go back. But maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was a point of no return there, but it's not a big deal. Oh, wait, actually it is, because if I saved after the point of no return, then saving probably wasn't going to matter very much. Oh, so we have a regular dwarf, and the tank. We first killed the support units. This tank gave me so much trouble the first time I played the game. It can deal surprising damage even when you're set up, in part because it has an ability called, I think, Element Shot, which can which can be one of, I don't know if it could be all 6 elements. Yeah, that would actually be an interesting thing to find out. It can be different elements, but I don't know if it can be white or black. I think it can, though. But anyway, the point is, when it uses its element shot or whatever it's called, it uses a pretty powerful attack that can be of several different elements. And if you get unlucky, it can roll the element that is super effective against the unit it targets. Also, it used high res to buff its armor, so it's actually very tanky right now. Element shot, yeah. And see, it's yellow, so if it hits Glenn, it's gonna do a stupid amount of damage. And I think it will. Yep. Yeah, see, 163. If Glenn was at full health, he would just barely survive that. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and reload. Wait, is that the first time we had to reload to a boss killing one of our characters? I think it is. No, wait, yeah, it is. We also reloaded on Polly. Wait, had Polly even killed anyone? If Polly hadn't, it was going to, so yeah, same difference. You know, to be safe, I might be better off giving Glenn the moon glasses. Then again, I want him to be very accurate and very damaging, so I'm just gonna gamble it. Basically, I just want the tank to target Lena, or, if necessary, Surge. As long as the tank isn't targeting Glenn, I'm happy. Humans helping fairies? What? Yeah, unlike you, we're not racist. We're also not genocidal maniacs, so, you know. There's that. It's interesting that this field starts with 2 blue slots and 1 green slot, so that actually means Glenn and Lena both are buffed for it. Unfortunate miss. I wonder how much damage Lena actually does right now. I think I only needed to use a 2 there, not a 3, but whatever. Cool. Yeah, high res is annoying, and maybe I should attack the tank first, and just to get as much damage as I can in before high res goes off. If I have to reload, I'll think about that and maybe try to see how much of a difference it actually makes in terms of damage. Anyway, we've done 9 units of time. This will be 14 units of time. So it definitely acts after 14 units of time. And it did attack Glenn again. Unfortunate. Seven. So we can be safe on 9 units of time. but not 14. And there is some variance. The next move is element shot, so there's no point in defending, so we just attack, pray he doesn't element shot Glenn. Oh wait, I was wrong. He didn't. Okay, I should have defended with Glenn, maybe. Ah, nah, the damage was low enough that... Oh, yep, maybe I should have. Okay. I learned my lesson. You know, before I reload, I'm just gonna check its stamina. Well, its action points, as people call it. So after 6, it didn't act. After 9, it didn't act. After 11, it didn't act. After 13, it acted. Okay. So there is some variance involved, but I should be safe to use 11 stamina at least. Probably 12 or 13 is fine as well. And then after that, I should look to stamina. What do they call it? Stamina push. To get in extra damage with attacks. Also, increase our reload counter. You know, I hit the key to do it. I hope it worked. I think I was on 13 before, but yeah. If for some reason it didn't work, I can always go back and I can always make sure I just update it in the next video. Hey, the racist genocidal maniacs. You surprised me. However, there's no way I can allow you to leave here alive. You will pay for not heeding our warnings. Waste your deaths. But yeah, if I had gone back to town and healed, I would not have died in that last fight. But I would have died the first time because the element shot that hit Glenn would have killed him with any other damage, and he had already taken one other hit, so. If this fight doesn't work out, I may go ahead and give Glenn the moon glasses, though. Yeah, that is quite a bit more damage that we're putting on the tank before it uses high res, so I think maybe it was the right idea to attack the tank first rather than killing the wimpy dwarfs. Wait, this time he didn't use high res first turn? Interesting. Okay. Well, most games I default to killing the weak guys first, but in this one, huh. Maybe I just kill the tank first. The weak guys aren't doing anything so far. Wait, did it act after only 10 stamina that time? I think it did. Huh. So that's 7. I'm going to go for 2, 2, 3 this time. That way we we go to 9, and then we jump straight to 14. That way I think we guarantee that the tank gets another action, but we know exactly when. Whereas if I had gone to 10, he might have acted on 10 and caught me by surprise. I wonder why it hasn't used high res like it did the other 2 times. I wonder if killing the little guys changes its attack pattern, so it automatically does that, or if maybe it's just chance, or if there's something else going on. How much damage have I done to this thing? Oh, looks like I killed it. Sweet. Well, I don't know if it's, just RNG and coincidence, but gotta say, killing the tank first instead of focusing the little guys first worked out much better this time. The next time I fight this, or come, uh, the next time I do this battle, I'll have to like test it and see if I can figure out any patterns. See if maybe that was just not killing the little dwarfs means it has a different attack pattern, so it's easier. Like, I'd want to do that off stream so people don't have to sit and watch me do it. But anyway, oh, cool, knee pad. Not very good, but better than nothing. Such strength. Are we to be driven off our land once again? Is there no land on this planet where we can live in peace? Oh, goddess of fate, why are we dealt such a hand? Are humans really the greatest species on the planet? These heretics of evolution, these destroyers of the planet? Oh no. Search, there's a ferry over there. Surge, is it alright? Who are you? I will be fine. The other fairies, are they alright? I don't feel their presence in the caves anymore. I'm sure it's safe outside as well. We are sorry, but wait right here for a minute. We need to go further into the cave. It will only be a little while. Could we, like, try to render first aid first, maybe? Oh, wait. I just realized my cursor was on the screen. And now we get to talk to the first dragon. Welcome, son of man. Now, come to me. It's like, why is there the stairs on a platform if we just walk right past them? That's so funny to me. It's like, he has a platform for us to talk to him from, and we're just ignoring it. Thou needest not explain. I know already what thou seekest here. That is not proper Old English, but who cares? There's naught to be surprised about. It is but a trifle for we, sleeping dragons, who have dwelt upon this land for ages. Mount Pyre, the land thou seekest, is home to the fire dragon. Unless thou quench his red blazes, it will prove a difficult journey. Take this, son of man. My breath can freeze even boiling lava. Yeah, personally, I don't care if Old English is wrong when it's in a fantasy setting because it's not pretending to be a real language or anything. Take my subordinate as well. It shall be useful in holding back the fire dragon at Mount Pyre. Frog Prince, the first summon. But yeah, if the game isn't setting itself in a medieval world, who cares if it's using medieval language correctly? Wilt thou change this world, or wilt thou change thyself? Wilt thou live on with thy mother planet, or wilt thou turn thy back on the planet and tread another path? Alrighty. They said they were chased out of the forest by the humans, and they drifted down to our island, so the humans are to blame. Because of you humans, our village, our friends have been made victims. Why can't humans live in harmony with nature? Why do you continue to act the way you do? Don't you see what the outcome of your choices will be in the future? Why? Why? Actually, it should have been more like somber. Why, not exclamatory. You crooks, I hate all you wicked humans. Hurry up and get off this island. A very sad tragedy triggered by the acts of humans. We have lost so many of our people and loved ones. Although our village has been saved, no one here thinks kindly of man. I'm extremely sorry, but please leave this island as soon as you can. Of course, it feels kind of messed up that the dwarfs did awful things and were getting blamed. But I don't think the fairies are saying the dwarfs are blameless. Ooh. Luca! Lynx. Looks like he burned down an orphanage. You can tell because Luca was scrawled on a like a child's drawing of a person. But anyway, I know some people were unhappy with how the game has the fairies blame humans instead of the dwarfs. But I think it makes sense. Like, humans did. We don't see it in the current playthrough, but humans did bad things that caused problems. And then those problems affected the dwarfs. The dwarfs then wound up doing bad things as a reaction to it. That doesn't make what the dwarfs did okay, but humans set off the chain of events that led to it. So, yeah, everyone kind of sucks in this scenario. Where am I? I fainted, eh? By the way, this is a whole sequence that is very easy to miss. If you don't bring Kid to the island, and or you bring her and uh Rasley, a character you can recruit on the other path, you miss this whole scenario. Sorry, did I wake you up? I had a bad dream. Seeing that fairy's eyes filled with tears over losing her friends. That must have triggered my memories of my own past. I was an orphan. I was abandoned when I was a baby. There was someone who took me in and raised me as if I were her own little sister. I'm alive here today, thanks to her. There were a lot of others like me at Sis's place. She was always making strange stuff. We didn't have money, but we were all happy. Up until that Lynx bastard came and shattered our happiness to pieces. Okay, my voice acting on that line was horrible. Lynx raided our house, burned it down, and kidnapped Sis. She's obviously upset, so it should be more exclamatory when we say Sister never came back. Since then, I've wandered the world and experienced so much pain just to get by. No one was there to help me. I was always alone. If you ask me, the idea of guardian angels watching over us all the time, that's a load of rubbish. In this world, the underhanded always get the last laugh. Only the ones who don't think anything of hurting others are the ones who get blood-stained fortunes. The ones who kill, the ones who devour, they're the ones who survive. That's the only rule of this world. The great species of mankind, our wonderful world, filled with love and happiness. Ha! Don't make me laugh. But if that's how it is, that's fine with me. As long as I'm alive, there ain't no going back. I'll abide by this world's rules and do what I gotta do, despite the rotten hand of cards I've been dealt. I'll make sure the bloody bastard pays for what he's done. I will get even, no matter what it takes. But yeah, it's interesting that this is a scene that's very easy to miss, because if you do miss it, a scene later in the game seems so much weirder. Because for a lot of the games, Kid kind of seems happy-go-lucky, like she's, relatively cheerful person. But that scene shows it's kind of a facade. She's actually a very sad person. Well, not just sad, but also very angry and bitter. Wasn't there another chest that I didn't get? Oh, I'm not gonna look for it. If it winds up being something valuable, I guess I'll just come back for it. But I'd also feel really stupid if I happen to get, like, every chest, but the only one that was useful. But anyway, I do like that it shows Kid is very traumatized. Huh? What's going on? The old boatman is gone. Did he head back to the village because we were so late? Nope. I feared you'd be coming back, so I set the boat out. Are you all safe? Oh, many parts. It didn't look like you'd be coming back before sunset, and I had to return before it got dark. But yeah. Yeah, he notices that we look gloomy. But anyway, yeah, we head back. kid seems fairly cheerful. Like, yeah, she has a lot of anger, but she doesn't seem like horribly depressed or like she hates the world most of the time. But that scene shows just how much. I don't even know what the right word for it be. It's a combination of anger, bitterness, resentment, hatred for the world. And that actually, or how much of all of that she has. And that actually matters a lot later in the game for explaining one of the scenes you'll get. Plus, it also is important just for setting up how the game's general themes are about the world. Notice how she's very angry and basically thinks the world's unfair and blah blah blah, everyone sucks. And yeah, that kind of plays into the themes of the game, but I keep trying to figure out how to say things shortly. Like, this is something I probably need to like type out an essay to explain myself clearly. But anyway, I reached the point I wanted to reach for this stream. We took out the dwarves. Started to get distracted and to end on such a depressing topic, but thank you all for watching. Maybe I will type up my thoughts on this and then like that way I can either post them like on the topic I'll make about my stream videos, whatever, or I'll like read it out at some point, like during a lull period in the next video, or at least something where I can explain my thoughts more coherently. I don't know. Doesn't matter. For now, we succeeded at reaching the point we wanted to. We did have 3 reloads due to dying to bosses, 1 to Polly, 2 to the Dwarf Tank. We also had, I believe it was 10 reloads to get the moon glasses from Harl. Annoying, but that makes our current reload counter 14. I am curious how much higher that's going to go. I'm sure by the end of this run, assuming we even beat it, it's probably going to be in the hundreds. But that all said, thanks to anyone who stopped by, anyone who watches the videos once they are posted on YouTube. Hope you all had a good day, and I'll see you when I see you.